KSC, who also have been all over this map in their knockout game. That being said, NiP expecting some success here. FURIA were slow starters on Ancient the other day, but they actually had a really nice CT side against Entropic, and that's where they begin. So if there was any reason, any way to hope, here's how it would start. Yuri's got the Julies back in Cave, but it's an A play for NiP. One smoke over the top, and here they come.
Yeah, Gary's making first contact, trying to draw the attention away from KSCERATO, who has opportunities, but Gary steals the kill. KSCERATO trying to hide in this smoke.
Goodness, yeah.
Still alive. They do finally flush him out, but still, rotations have now come in. Rez is very, very deep through Temple, deeper than anyone was ready for. Can he get anything else from this position? Smoke now down, and
what?
FURIA.
They're not convinced.
Look at the CT. It is the bomb plant over here on this A bomb site. Gary, a second. Plopsky on the receiving end. Yuri with the dualies. Now you need to show more than ever why you bought these, and they're dead right away. They're dead right away. Gary's got to win the 1v2. He's got to 4K the pistol if FURIA want to win this. He's not ready for the donut player, but it's Linus to close, and NiP win the pistol to open up Ancient.
Oh, pat Linus on the back. He just saved your bacon in that round if you're NiP. 3 massive impact kills. And Rez, that final bullet tap into, I think it was Vinny and CT. Last round in the mag, had to hit the headshot. He did. NiP. Yeah, I think the delayed plant made FURIA wonder, like, okay, firstly, they're not planting. Are they behind us? Are they waiting on a flank right now? I like the delayed plant, though, for NiP, right? They just make sure they got the smoke down, they got the kills in, they've got a bit of room, they don't rush it. So pistol round taken. Molly in front of the smoke, I like that as well. Stopping someone from just swinging through the donut smoke. There's still a bit of room to play with there. They take the B lane for free. FURIA give it away, but they stack up in the B bomb site instead. That's where NiP eventually want to end up. Don't know why the Zeus is on the FAMAS player of all people. But I don't think it will come into contact.
I never know what, you know, they buy Zeus's a lot and just have one. Like,
they're doing a bit of trolling.
Oh, well, okay. KSCERATO opens up with the one big gun here. And even then, it's a small big gun. But here's the push up in a B. Oh, the force by win might come through. Only Linus left. This is about to be a flawless force by for FURIA.
Linus left mid.
There's guns to be retrieved. There's weapons to be picked up. Those are the same thing.
Yeah.
And Linus has got to do the impossible. The shoot is to Looty, exactly.
It's now... Mate, a 5 alive round would be fantastic. Even all these guns, getting a Galil as well. Linus, can he break through? They kind of left Art on his own. They said, yeah, mate, have fun, good luck. We got the bomb, we got 20 seconds. We just want to win the round, so don't give him any way back in. And yeah, Linus, you're just not going to get given the kills. And I think at this point he realizes that they are all so far away. And so FURIA find their force by nice little gamble stack on B. And they give NiP so much room as well. No one's playing cave. No one's fighting lanes. They go, come on, NiP. Take B. It's empty. We're not here, I promise. And then everyone hiding out. Dark, pillar, long, all peeking at the same time. It's a clean old round for FURIA.
Yeah, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if FURIA win out the CT half, but I don't think they can afford to have it be close. Like an 8-7, I don't think that's going to leave you enough room, right? I think I never like talking specifically about how many rounds, but man, I think if you're FURIA here, really something like a 10-5 would be needed for you to feel like you could win this in the second half. The T sides we've seen out of FURIA have fallen pretty flat here on Ancient. So there is this pressure to perform right now. And hell, winning a force buy is certainly a step in the right direction. We're going to have a force buy backup from NiP, unsurprisingly. But if FURIA win this out, they're well on their way to a nice little 3-1 scoreline.
No, I definitely agree with your point. You know, you can never count rounds and anything can happen, and force buy wins change everything. But yeah, a clean CT side, even then, makes you worry in the long run. That being said, you got to ask about the mental of NiP, right? The deeper this hole gets dug, You've got to hope NiP have brought a ladder. Because Spades will just get you deep. They check Gary, they can't stop him though. It's easier said than done, and the double face is in as KSCERATO drops the bomb. NiP try and flank middle. They've still got B lane, but that's offering nothing as FURIA send a full rotate to come and play this package together. KSCERATO is just mopping them up with the AK. Molotov to give him a bit more space, and is going to take it all away from device. KSCERATO gets a triple kill in the round, and FURIA deal with the fours, putting NiP on a full eco.
I think as well, like one of the reasons why Gary looks so, like I was going to say so good, that's maybe overselling it a little. One of the reasons why Gary looks pretty solid in this FURIA lineup is, of course, he's terribly well accustomed with how they play, what with being behind them for as long as he has, coaching the boys and helping them come up with their style in the first place. I think one of the reasons why, you know, when you compare to the other guys we've had in this roster, right, like your Hondas, your Juniors, you know, I think FURIA are a pretty hard system to get bought into, right? They do have a pretty unique style at Counter-Strike, and so he always seems like he's on the same page. It's like Gary will pull attention in and then actually enable his teammates to pop off on the back of it, right? Whereas in times gone by, you sometimes got like the illusion that there was like an attempt to run buddy systems to try and accommodate these new players, and I think that maybe made FURIA step away from what made them such a good team in the first place. And on top of that, you know, when everyone's kind of trying to accommodate you by all changing their roles even a tiny bit, then it's only natural that the team maybe regresses at first.
That's a really good point as well, because to just verify that, like, it's not like Gary has been in any star roles or star spots. Like, think about how Junior was given, like, you know, some places he'd be filling, but a lot of them, you know, you want your main AWP to be comfortable. You want your main AWP to be in the best positions for it. Gary's playing the worst positions in every single round, and so, you know, that's especially on CT side. So that's something to think about, I guess.
Yeah, you know, just to run down that train of thought a little bit longer while NiP get turned to dust. You know, I think the pressure is also just very, very different, and that's worth noting. Like, you know, when you're an actual fifth and you're in the server and everyone's looking at you going, well, this guy needs to do well. Like, that's a very different feeling.
You know you need to perform.
If Gary shits the bed, everyone goes, oh, well, he's a coach. Like, he's not meant to pop off. So, you know, he does kind of have that liberty as well.
Sure.
But no, man, I do really like the way he integrates into this squad, and it's very reminiscent of what this team can be when we have, you know, someone like Drop moving up from FURIA Academy, right? I really hope that we get the FURIA brand of Counter-Strike that we all loved throughout 2020 that never really felt like it recovered post that Henny departure.
Yeah, right, we need this round for NiP, right? If this series is not going to be a complete calamity for the Swedes, they need this round. Get on the board early, break that money, stop offering some resistance, and Hampus will take down Yuri to get us there. Moving further, finding Vinny in the corner here. Doesn't check it though, not ready for a second man in cave, taken down. Now it's an A play, it's always going to be an A play. KSCERATO just alone here, drops the first on an off angle, buying more time with the smoke as well. Gary coming to flash for him, KSCERATO trying to move through the smoke, and it's a good flash, a better kill. Bomb drop, device blind, still takes down the man of the hour. KSCERATO, the man of the millennia, still waiting behind this smoke. Oh, damage traded, he chases device, and KSCERATO will not give you respect. It's Plopsky alone, 1v3. Despite the opening kill for NiP, this one has fallen flat.
Yeah, just Plopsky left trying to repeat the success of these A plays, but KSCERATO has made it rough for you. Plopsky has carved a path, and now just Art left to beat that bomb. He's going to have to cross into the eye line of this AWP, but he's looking for the fight, he's looking for the kill, and will nail the response. FURIA, it's close, but they still get it over the line.
Man.
Big hold from KSCERATO, and great resilience on Art to just, you know, hold his composure, keep calm, keep collected in the 1v1. Had to hit the one bullet he was given, and he makes it look easy.
This is crazy for KSCERATO. The chase onto device as well, after he dropped Gary coming out of Donor. Oh, dear. Nice try for Plopsky, right? Great shot on the first two, able to actually, you know, KSCERATO thinks he has cover. They think they're covering him. But you can see the mental state is big as well, right? Not that NiP aren't experienced, but it's Gary's getting hyped. You know that's pumping FURIA up. NiP on the other side is just going, guys, how are we losing these rounds? Like, how are we? This is a coach. Like, we should be winning. This is an important game. We're big favorites. This is our map pick. You know, all these things are running through NiP's mind, and that's only going to hold them back. They need to focus forward. They need to find just a W, just to run with it. Pistol round meant nothing here. Now we've got more Deegs out. FURIA aren't giving you the time of day. It's just Art waiting for that boost peak on top of the box. They did boost, they didn't peak. They tried elsewhere in middle. But this is such a safe setup. KSCERATO now playing a retake on A, fully passive at the back. Alongside Gary still to trade on top middle, and they still have full utility. They're expecting to have to retake this round. Gary now, got to watch out for these Deagles. They can be deadly. Oh, and he's just turned off it. No, you could not get worse timing. Oh dear. Ha ha ha. That hurts. That really does. And Linus is doubled up. Gary has to fill the void as KSCERATO falls as well. Leaning back to B, they hear it. There's another man there. Gary fakes the reload though, goes back and takes down Hampus. He baits him, and Device takes down Yuri. Still the B site has been lost, but Gary now 1v2, having a good game. What more can he do? Oh. That's super awkward. Gary turning around there, no way to justify it. No need to turn there. Pretty much got KSCERATO and Art killed.
Yeah, you know, it's bound to happen sometimes, right? Yeah. But it is so unfortunate. That is the catalyst for this round falling apart. Now he tries his best to make up for it with the trades, but...
Yeah, he did that. Sorry, as well to interrupt. I just remembered he did that against Entropic, right? He was there in middle. He was expecting a second player, and what he does, he runs away, and then he walks back. And he did that versus Entropic, and it baited Entropic really hard, and he got the kill. Like, he didn't know there was a second player, and he just did it again. I was watching it on the minimap, full sprint away, 180 immediately, and NiP fall for it. It would have been great if he could set up to win the 1v2 after, you know, kind of causing the round to fall apart. But can't win them all. However, you needed to win that one. NiP have just picked up pistols, and now they're going to try and run away with it.
Yeah, we've actually got a glass cannon AWP bought out alongside Art's AWP, so the double AWPs are in right away. It's actually not terribly uncommon to see FURIA lean into like a boatload of AWPs here on Ancient. We've seen it out of them a couple of times. And not just one, sometimes three. That's unusual. But there's a lot of long angles here. You can't make it work. KSCERATO's smoked off in mid, and so once again, NiP are trying to use this to their advantage. Oh. It feels like they found... Nope. Feels like they thought they'd found their opener, but Art is one step ahead.
He's learned from his mistakes. I guess mistake's not the right word.
Yeah, not really his mistakes.
Yeah, not his fault. He's learned from his teammates' mistakes, and he said, guys, I'll just watch mid from B. Go back to your bomb site. Keep the change, you filthy animal. And a happy new year.
Good little Home Alone reference in there. That's good.
Goes a long way. It is Christmas after all.
Yes, nearly. Christmas, October 31st, everyone's favorite.
Yeah, mate, we're almost into 2022. I'm still processing 2019.
Yeah, well, so are all the other Internet Explorer users. Here's KSCERATO waiting in Donut. And when Gary holding on to main and a triple B stack, Gary needs to get this info. Nails the opener, Rez on the receiving end, and now the attention pulled away. That wombo combo in this A bomb site of KSCERATO and Gary is terrifying, man.
He's just playing with him. He's baiting Device's shot. He's showing the barrel of the AWP around the box. You're saving. You're done. You throw in the towel. Ah! I'm freaking out a little bit here, Harry. This is not supposed to happen. This script has been broken. This is like the equivalent in WWE when The Undertaker just comes in and he just breaks a guy's back. And it's like, wait, I thought you were supposed to lose that fight.
Yeah.
FURIA, they're breaking all the rules right now.
There's actually a comparison kind of that I got sent.
Oh.
I don't really know a lot about hockey.
No.
But I think it's a cool sport. It's the one with the ice and the golf clubs that aren't really golf clubs.
Nice.
It's like when David Ayres, I think is how you would say it, it was like an emergency sub brought in, like the third choice in line. Dude was not even meant to play it. He comes in, he saves 8 goals for the squad.
Nice.
So yeah, any hockey fans, you know, there you go. That's kind of a parallel you could draw to this, you know, Gary situation.
I'm glad we have hockey expert Harry, you know, here to inform us. Look at this execute though, NiP. This is the first fast round up B with smokes down, or FURIA going to have to throw some respect their way and give up the bomb site. Oh, that's the bomb! Oh dear, it's all gone pear-shaped here. How did the bomb end up there? Why is it not planting the back of pillar? All these questions and none of the answers Device might want to save. Too much time and not enough rhyme, nor reason, and 5 alive. FURIA are feeling it.
Mate, yeah, no, this is scary. I did say I thought FURIA would win out the half, right? I do think that this is a pretty scary situation because the scoreline is only growing. The confidence of FURIA is only growing. NiP have only got 2 rounds. I do still believe that if NiP can even manage like a 5-10 half, they could recover this, you know?
I agree.
But you're splitting some very, very fine hairs there, right? It's small margins for NiP. You can't afford to make many mistakes. And this isn't a deflated FURIA having to make a comeback happen if that were the case. This is a FURIA on their way to a 2-0 and looking good while they do it. So situation's very, very different to when we saw them on this map last time. Yuri already pushing lane, trying to throw some spanners in the works, and with the rest of the guys creeping out through middle, the only player who could deal with him is Rez. Rez is going to wait in the smoke for it to fade. While this is happening, Art's move to hold on to Red with this AWP. He's always been shutting down these mid-timings. KSCERATO has also missed a bit of a timing here. There's a lot of weirdness in this round, a lot of potential for things to go very, very right or very wrong for FURIA.
Yeah. The only info they have is that B player.
Oh,
so that's
it's
completely
pulled off.
sold it. Yeah, it's going to get smoked off fully. He's locked out now. He's got to tell Gary to go back and watch it. That may have saved his life from this A timing though. Oh, KSCERATO turns around and he finds Linus coming in through main. Now, NiP take the A site, but FURIA at least know about it. There's no more questions in this round, apart from Device lurking in the shadows.
Oh, Flash is brutal. Device on the receiving end, and this AWP on Hampus has really got to save the day. Looking for the main player. KSCERATO won't give the kill over. Oh, dead on the swing. Hampus's AWP is making us believe, making it happen. Yuri should hear these footsteps, is confident about the push, but the Deagle wipes him out, and so KSCERATO is left saving. NiP, they managed to worm their way to a 3rd round.
I need to talk about some crazy mega brain fake that FURIA just pulled in that round. They may lose it. I know NiP won an eco, but let me just talk about that. That you saw Device in spawn, and he got flashed, right, over the CT wall, and he didn't turn. You're wondering, why didn't Device turn from that flash? Why didn't he hear it? FURIA threw a smoke into nowhere, and they timed it with a flash. They knew that if a player was close, they would hear the pin get pulled. That smoke was thrown at the same second the flash was thrown. So Device hears the pin pull, and then he hears the smoke bounce, and he goes, oh, I don't need to turn. It's not a flash, it's a smoke. It was both. That was FURIA absolutely mega-minding Device.
That's really
I've never
cool.
seen that done.
No.
But it makes perfect sense. And it worked exactly how they wanted it to. Device just stares into the flashbang that he never knew was coming. Wow.
Unreal. Yeah, no, dude, that is sick. Even as you're talking about it, I'm like, bro, that sounds so smart. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Ooh, bit of damage done, but it's Art to finally open it. Device will respond this time. And Hampus has gotten all the way up through CT. But Gary!
Beast.
Ooh, how can you not be rooting for him? He takes the head off of Hampus, and CT belongs to him. He's not looking to let you in here again. Device has crept out, but Yuri able to swing onto this at a moment's notice. It needs to be calmed across that they could sneak up onto towards this A bomb site. Gary considering it. Oh, Device dead! And Yuri's traded by Linus, but Gary's done all he had to do. A double kill onto NiP. And with KSCERATO still waiting back here in Donut, if he shuts down the mid side of this aggression, no, instead it's a path open.
Oh, he forgot it.
Oh, he had to go back for the bomb. That is a schoolboy error there.
NiP are fried, mate. NiP are roasted right now. They are deep in the bucket. Linus, they've got the crossfire. Only one man can fight him from this position, though. Vinny behind the boxes, and Linus, he's got to deal with the org, pre-aiming it, but Vinny blends into the background and finds the headshot. 7-3. Gary, the absolute beast, Not just the flick to Hampers, who surprised him with his timing, but that timing that you called, that Yuri commed across. Gary, watch your back. Boy, does he watch his back. Taking out Device's flank, the round-winning flank. And then NiP, they forget the bomb. Plopsky even killed KSCERATO. He could have won the round off that kill if he got the bomb into A. His teammate was coming in through main as well. I just don't know what we're watching, Harry. It's incredible. This was supposed to be a quick 2-0, a sweep of a series, and it still might be. But for who?
Right? Oh, man. You cannot be romanced by the story of FURIA, you know, looking so good with Gary standing in, trying to do right by their boys, watching back home as well in Honda and Drop. I'm watching on with a smile, perhaps, right now as they're 7-3 up over NiP. The investment's back in again, a couple of hero rifles, all they're able to muster. They're going to try and take top middle, but this has stopped being kind to them after the one time it worked.
Yeah, and that was just a bit of luck, really, going their way. They still feel like they're getting room, and that is true. They're getting room. And this round, actually, Harry, it's not being watched. Art looks back with the UMP. I can safely say all he's going to do is spot and get out of there. He cannot put anything down the line here. It's up to KSCERATO to hold it instead, and he's dead after one. Now Gary with the orb. Art's going to chase them, but what did you expect there? Device almost doubles up, but almost won't cut it. Vinny on one, and Gary hits that A shot on the flank. He's followed up with another. It's only Plopsky. The bomb is loose. Gary, the main orb for the team right now, walks the smoke. He's got the bomb. He's got the backstab. Yes! Gary's got the round.
I love this man. I love this guy.
How can you not?
Gary needs to be a permanent fifth. Yeah. I'm calling it out. Drop to coach. I'm sorry, but it's got to happen.
Drop. Yeah. Pick up Gary.
8-3 to FURIA, and another pause for NiP. With each round that passes, NiP must be getting in their heads more and more.
Yeah, prior to that kill as well, Gary killed the flanker.
Look at them. They walked by each other back to back. Masterminded by Gary again.
But he's not going to give you a back rub, Plopsky. He's just going to shoot you in it. And, you know, he knows he's winning these rounds. NiP are going, yeah, man, let's just abuse the coach on A. Let's keep going for these A splits. Coach is playing there. Easy does it. And earlier in the map, it was like KSCERATO, like, you know, getting baited in by Gary, and KSCERATO getting multi-kills and stuff. Now it's just Gary and Temple with the orb, finding kill after kill, round after round. NiP, I want to say go back to B rushes, but it feels all too eventful at this point, all too expected. How the hell do you crack this nut, Harry? A squirrel couldn't even do it. Why should you?
This is unreal. I'm lost for words.
Yeah.
Well, we said FURIA needed to have a great CT side showing, and they've certainly delivered there. They want to milk this for all it's worth. And the good thing is, you know, I think considering their situation, they're never going to be in a spot where they get ahead of themselves, right? Some teams might get overly confident here. They might feel like this is all feeling too easy. But FURIA know that, you know, in the blink of an eye, the switch could be flipped, and NiP can be right there delivering a 7-8 half still. So they can't let off the gas yet. Gary, missed shot to open. Now back on the angle and secures that opening frag for FURIA. They are out through main. That's the bomb dropped. KSCERATO is fighting to keep Gary alive, but he doesn't need a bodyguard. He is his own protection. Gary ends the round with 3, and it's 9 on the board for FURIA.
Is that 3 3Ks in a row?
Yeah, dude, Gary. Yes, my son. Come on, I'm going to break the microphone. Oh, this guy. This legend of the Brazilian scene, I absolutely love him. How can you not? He is beating NiP. He's beating legends like Device in AWP fights.
He's wrecking him, Harry. It's not even comparable. It's not even close.
Device is worth $1 million.
Oh, get your wallet out for Gary right now. Don't forget the 15% tip. Make that 20. He's been a dashing waiter and worth waiting for. 9-3, and NiP, a hero rifle. Sweden, where are you now? Smokes over the A site, Gary. Don't give him another multi-kill, NiP. Shut him down, it's about time. He's been smoked out at least. There was a bit of a gap. KSCERATO has been an anchor as well, a pillar, and he's found one. Backing out, Dink down low, cost up the bomb, very close. Dink was Linus, or tagged down to 10 health. Gary's got the Julies out.
If anyone can make me believe it, I think
maybe.
it is Gary. Never mind, back on the orb. Taking players out, finally dealt with by the Donut Man, but now just Rez left 1-on-3, Arm with a Deagle, and swung by Art. It's a denied round for NiP. They do get a bomb plant, they do some damage, and yeah, I said do 10 on the board for FURIA. Double digits secured and a 12-3 half. Well, boy, now that would set you up for a 2-0 quite nicely.
Yeah, I know this is crazy as well, but like, you know, you can make arguments like, oh yeah, I want the 3 best teams to go through the group. I want NiP, Liquid, Gambit to go through the group.
No,
blah, blah, blah.
I want Gary to go through the group.
On top of this, you know, on top of the argument that Gary and playoffs would be just amazing, but also, this is how the group actually gets interesting. This is how it doesn't get decided today, and tomorrow's matches mean so much more if this comes through. So just for entertainment reasons alone, this is hilarious. Molly's on both sides. Again, NiP throw, nice utility into middle, but it goes both ways. FURIA dunk device, one of his first orbs in a while, and he's been put down low. Can't catch that cross shot. And I wonder where the heads were at for NiP a while ago. That question drawn to the front more than ever.
Do you not remember the first time Gary played on this map? He looked lost, like he didn't even know where he was going.
Yeah, he was getting wrecked.
And now he's second in the server, mate.
Oh, he's first in our hearts. Oh, they don't check the corner. Trade is in. Molly's down. Yuri doesn't care. He's standing tall, and Art swings the smoke. It's only Rez in Cave. Oh my God!
The volley hits him, dude.
Nothing
you couldn't
make
it up. NiP are thinking like, who's cursed us? They're looking at Hugo. They're thinking, what has he done? What kind of mythical, you know, spell has he cast? And of course, one of the AWPs to close it out this time. Yuri donning it. 11 on the board for FURIA. We said that like 10-5 might be recoverable for NiP. If they get 12-3, oh, I don't know. I think they're done.
Go to bed, I think, at that point. Roll over. Is it a dream? Is it a nightmare? I don't really know. It's an out-of-body experience for NiP. And FURIA, he's high. Head in the hands. No more back rubs in. Oh my goodness, just running middle round after round. NiP can't get this donut. Like, that's another thing, right? Think about how NiP's splits have just come through top mid, and we've already talked about how that just hasn't really worked. But we've not seen any donut splits in a while. NiP have tried like 1 or 2, and yeah, okay, running into Gary's orb. I always thought B was going to be the game plan for NiP, considering that is the more favored site on this T side at times. We see the difficulty of getting the bomb down on A. You know, obviously you didn't expect this from Gary. Maybe that was why you were trying to take him down in Temple a lot. But man, NiP, they can't break into the B bomb site either. Look at this double setup, layered defense, high and low. And NiP got to dig deep here in the final round of the half.
Yeah, they're going to try and... Oh, no! They're running into each other! Okay, the rest of the gang gonna try Compy.
Right.
Vinny and Yuri both here. Art now joining them. They're playing this weird little double angle, and they melt the first man, but a lineup for Rez has suddenly made this doable. NiP trying to get 4, but the 2 most terrifying players still alive in Gary and KSCERATO. Made onto the site, only does a little bit of chip damage. KSCERATO is all the way through T-spawn as well. It doesn't look like he's had the water bug go against him here, though, because no one is considering this flank. And so Linus is a free kill entirely. That looked dead on for Gary.
Had to hit.
But he's been CSGO'd, and now Device trying to get this round over the line. KSCERATO up through ramp, wanting this 12-3. The molly baits the peak, but Device seals the deal. NiP finished this half with 4. Are we believing in the NiP recovery? Or are Gary and the FURIA boys about to 2-0 these legends?
Hey Future Pros, taking mid as a T can open so many options while playing Ancient. Throwing mid smokes from spawn is quick, but also means you could be locked out if the CT's utility is on point. So these...
One of the best in Brazil, Gary, leading the way. It's like we all expected, Harry.
Bro, I am at a loss for words. There is a huge outpouring of love all across the internet tonight for a guy who was not even meant to be in the server, and now turning NiP to mincemeat in what is such an important matchup for them. This was NiP's chance to secure a playoff spot, and FURIA might rob them of that opportunity with Gary delivering a phenomenal performance. Now they move on to the T side. We've seen them struggle here, but a pistol round victory might make those worries disappear. Plopsky up close, dead after one. It's Gary with the trade. Of course it is. It's what he's good for. And he'll plant the bomb as well. This guy does it all. Star player, bomb planter, and now a 4-on-4.
Yeah, just trying to get out of there, right? It's a very open plant, very specific plant for FURIA. How are they choosing to play around it? It's good for the ramp. Art tucks in the corner. 3 of 4 retaking from the CT side, and they've not got a kit currently. Oh, they do, sorry. Smoke kit on Linus to go down on that bomb. Rez needs to clear a lot of corners. There's no support for Gary here. He's on his own. He needs to stop that bomb. Rez takes him down. They're on the stick. NiP have got the round, and there's nothing FURIA can do. Set up very heavy, deep in cave for the flank, and not really there to stop the defuse. It was only Art and Gary tasked with it. FURIA will fall short. NiP now believing again. If there was ever a time to take a deep breath and sit up straight, it would be now for NiP.
Yeah, something that is a little bit concerning is obviously with how that first half went, they've used a lot of their pauses up, right? So if this ever does start to get out of hand, if this ever does...
If it starts.
Get a little... Well, yeah, you know, I mean, for example, like if this hero AK-4 spy round comes through for FURIA, you don't have that moment of composure. You don't have many of them. And you need to remain composed at a scoreline like this. Now, we all remember what Zonic said about these 11-4s. But will that go in the favor of Device today?
Oh, they've missed him, but he's missed them. Art is still here, however. He's staring upwards. Device is walking down middle. Art just needs to turn around, and now he's got the info. He can pounce. Easy kill onto Device, and looks for Plopsky from the B side. Gary's drawn them into Art, and he's trying to take more than one, but Rez won't let that happen. Now, the AK gone. Yuri's got to make use of his. Vinny running with the bomb first and foremost out this A site, but Hampus on the off angle to work for KSCERATO is going to drop it, stalling. Molotov down. Hampus trying to find space, and he goes behind it, even re-peeking. Really just trying to take FURIA out of this round before it begins, and that flash will certainly help him do so. Good luck, FURIA. This one is a bit too hot to handle.
Oh my word, they saw him! KSCERATO getting it back in with 2-on-3, and with 35 seconds, FURIA is still down to Clown. They want to try and get out of there, but the bomb under NiP control. Is this just a save? It's a weird save if that's the case.
Guns in mid.
Don't like saving a scout no armor.
Yeah, he can get an M4 from Device just in front of him. Presuming it's not already been taken, but then you're saving an M4 with no armor, so you probably throw it over, right? So if you can get it, like a bandit.
Yeah, Plopsky did just see the gun disappear, so NiP are looking to hunt this somewhat, but, you know, they also don't want to throw too much away chasing these guns. Honestly, I think if you're NiP, you're kind of content with them getting out of the round and being forced into another one of these 4 spies, right? This could really look to establish you on the CT side if you keep winning them out. Because, you know, we've actually seen FURIA do this a handful of times now in the Pro League, where they'll go for these hero rifle round buys. If they don't pan out, they save them. And it kind of bottlenecks you into consistent forcing where you don't really have a full buy until very, very late in your T-side half. So you're hoping that you can find something in this round with the Galil, M4, and AK combo.
That's pretty desperate. KSCERATO trying to sell B, will keep 3 here for a moment, but you see that smoke and nothing behind it, and you wonder, NiP dropping util on both sites at the same time. Rez blind, double flash, triple, and he knows what's up, but it's already too late. Entry comes in for Vinny's Galil, and he tries to take space towards Temple. Hampus is here to stop him. 2 T's in position. Gary, not been seen. Vinny doesn't let them take down his teammate. The bomb gets planted. NiP getting locked out until that kill comes through for Device, and Yuri decides, does he want to go or stay? Oh, don't dig the hole any deeper. Don't give NiP the way back in. Bomb is open, and time is ticking, and not to NiP's betterment.
Yeah, this little boost wombo combo of Art and Yuri could do some serious damage as well. There's just so many players looking at you as you come out of Temple, but Plopsky and Device both get a kill apiece. Now it's the armorless KSCERATO left in the clutch. Deeg shot to Device, but they're on the bomb. He's got to spam him out. He's got to find it with a deagle, and the bomb is stuck by Plopsky, winning the round for NiP. KSCERATO can't get it over the line. It's a damn good effort from FURIA. And really, you know, I'm kind of wondering if NiP would have ever even gone for that if they weren't given a reason to by those early peaks over in Temple.
Yeah, it could have got worse, right? It could have got a 3-on-3 when Yuri goes back in, but yeah, you get that 5-on-3 and you're still hunting for kills. It's confidence for FURIA, but it certainly is, you know, tempting fate. And fate bites you back. Yes. Threat getting hyped. They know what this means to them. NiP aren't out, NiP aren't down yet. We've already talked about the troubles that FURIA have had on the T side of this map. You said they needed a strong half. You felt like 11-4 was enough. But without a pistol, and with some forces going astray, it's going to come down to the first rifle round for FURIA. Device on the AWP. Didn't get much chance to show it off on the T side. Is still top of his team despite that. We've already seen what these CT orbs can get away with.
Fast in middle. Oh my. It's a nice flash from Plopsky, or Hampus rather. We see him do this a fair bit. Bouncing it off the top of the wall so that it pops just out in middle. Now, one man has slipped the net. That man being KSCERATO. Right now, he's looking for this trade. Rez spots a lot of bodies back in main. Nades do good damage. Yuri's going to open up. KSCERATO wins his fight onto the donut player, and NiP are left rotating in. Now, there's not a smoke to cut off this orb with Device fighting ahead. The Molly trying to make him uncomfortable, but he's lining them up and knocking them down. There's Plopsky on the rotate. NiP are up onto 8. And these worries about the FURIA T side not looking up to par come seeping back in. This is why we say first half.
Certainly not done. Certainly not done. And FURIA finding out the hard way. NiP no better than anyone. You can see everyone's getting hyped now as well. We were seeing the polar opposite in the first half, right? Some dismayed faces. No longer. Climbing up off of mid. Hampus, he's got all the real estate behind him, and he takes down Gary. That's early warning to this B rush that's coming through. Or Plopsky just gets safe in time. That Molly, Linus sits in it, smoked off by FURIA. And good grenade to respond. He's going to be able to spam through. It goes both ways, though, as bullets do. KSCERATO puts him low. Plopsky at the back of the site needs to get more than one, but he can't, but he trades. You're still up a man if you're NiP. You can still play for retake, but KSCERATO is having a ball of a time, and he's up in your face.
Yeah, he will be left fighting ahead of all this util, right? He sees Linus, he deals with that first man, and now a smoke down in CT gives KSCERATO even more room to work with. KSCERATO tearing through NiP, finally brought down. It's left onto another one of these clutches, this time Art in the hot seat. Molly into cave, means they only have to worry about ramp, and Art tries to go through. Hampus cuts him down, and there's the defuse for NiP. It's a nice little, you know, partial buy B rush. You get it down to a winnable situation, but you're never winning these winnable situations. Good stuff from those two players in at the end, right, to quickly deal with a KSCERATO that's just spiraling the whole situation out of control.
We've seen these smoke diffuses for NiP really save them, right? It was the pistol they did that. It was the awkward 5-on-3 that goes wrong on the A side. The Popsky sticks in the smoke. That one they tap it. They have Art cut off though, and he doesn't know it's a tap. He has to go through or just call the bluff. And I think the pressure's getting to FURIA now. They know this one's not free and easy. Everyone's flashed on both teams, and Linus is dead to the Wolves. Vinny runs in. They know about the extra man, and Plopsky's found as well. Not having cleared Cave yet, they volley it off. FURIA still take the space and get the plant as well. This one you feel like is an unlosable situation, but we've seen him pull back from the brink of defeat. Rez does find Yuri through the smoke, and that will tempt you in.
Yeah, if NiP were going to go for this at all, it was always going to be a late retake, right? Especially with this flank coming through from Hampus. A lot of whether or not you want to go for this is if he gets away with a kill, and he does. Gary now having to go back to try and deal with him. If Gary wins this fight, FURIA could be onto a winner, but instead he's cut down. It could be another one of these turnarounds. Bomb planted for Cave, damage done. They deal with the man out through CT. It's left to Vinny, he's got to win it. They're on the bomb. First man dead, but Hampus is sticking it. Hampus wins it in the smoke.
Again!
It's another round that looks so winnable, so doable for FURIA, but they just can't seem to find him. That one's going to hurt the most as a 5-on-3.
That's 2 3-on-5 retakes for NiP, right? That's on both bomb sites they've done that. And this is super impressive for NiP to even be clawing their way back in. Just a couple of fights that they go a different way. If that nade doesn't land, it's all FURIA's round. But NiP are feeling it right now. They're building back in. They know they can't afford to lose this game. And now we've just got FURIA throwing themselves through smokes, trades left and right, but all to the favor of NiP. What is going on in this game? Vinny, headshot angle, can't find it. Rez downgrading, doing anything he can to replenish ammo. It's gun game. Finally finds a rifle that will suit his needs. 2-on-4, and while NiP have won disadvantageous rounds, this surely can't be one for FURIA. This is to equal the scoreline. You've already forgotten the 11-4 half. And NiP are making you believe again.
FURIA looking like they want to try and late commit B. Now, they've been good at getting these openers, but this time NiP are not looking to fight you. And because Device has taken all this room at A, Rez is now moving around from that A bomb site as well. They're no longer concerned about middle. They've pieced together that this is the B play. Molly in to try and get that bomb across, but Gary's got to run into enemy territory, and there he is, the bomb cut loose. Yuri, while he nails that first shot, he's still got 3 more to try and find. The Molly burns him into that double face, and NiP tie us up at 11-11.
Oh, you can feel it catching up on you now, can't you, FURIA? Quick pause, one left after the fact, and this is just out of control now.
Yeah, I hope they kind of slow it down a bit. I think you're still trying to ride on that high of the 11-4 half.
Definitely.
You're being very aggressive, and it's not at the point anymore where NiP are in their own heads, right? You're up against the NiP that are believing again. I think these chaotic rounds, you know, they've kind of taken more than they've given to you at this point.
Yeah, like that round jumping through mid smokes, things like that. Like, yeah, that's it's optimistic. You can even tell it when Art's in that 1v2. I mean, it's not a surprising play from Art. You know, the one where he's behind the ramp and Hampus taps the smoke. Obviously, we know it's a fake. Art doesn't, but even in rounds like that, when you're jumping through smokes in 1v2s to try and cool off a plant, even if it's a stick, that player's going to get off to kill you. You know, you can see the pressure on FURIA. They know they've had T-side troubles. This map is extremely CT-sided right now, it feels. Hampus, they're back out in middle. He's blind. There's been a lot of very close situations. You know, to give some credit back to FURIA, like these entries have always come in. Not always, not here, but they keep getting into bomb sites. They keep getting into even post plants, if not favorable. And so that's only inspiring them to continue to play fast. However, NiP taking it low and slow and not getting flustered on the retakes. This one should be easy. They're giving a lot of space at B, but they've got the info.
Yeah, NiP are once again just prepared to play retake. I mean, hell, they've won it on 3-on-5. So a 5-on-3, that should be theirs dead to rights. Unless Gary Gary can complicate matters. Little double lineup. Now the boys don't need to overface. They're going to try and tuck in. Gary's still peeking, playing this little off angle, but Device creeping up on his teammate. Yuri's been blindsided. Gary gets 3 of the 5 kills needed to win that one. He tries his damnedest, but it's not enough to stop this this tide of NiP washing over FURIA now 12-11 from an 11-4 half.
Oh, you got to give it to NiP, right? This is impeccable. They have not lost a round in the CT side. This is hilariously what FURIA did to them. If you caught that first map, it was all in the favor of NiP. It was 13-7. They're on T-side nuke. Things were flowing. Things were looking good. And then FURIA pulled a 9-round streak on CT side to get us into this weird and wacky position on this second map. NiP have yet to drop a round. 8 in this CT side, 9 in a row if you count the last of the half. That's, again, a fast pace, but this time they actually beat Hampus with a flashbang. It's always been the other way around. Smoke to get them out. Donut and Vinny catches Rez jumping into Temple. FURIA, 5-on-3. What could go wrong?
Oh, yeah, right? It should be fine.
Yeah.
We say tenuously. Linus, oh, there's some damage exchanged both the ways. They can't stop the bomb plant. Gary does get it planted. With Art and Yuri both low, you just cannot afford to overpeak here.
Fair enough.
NiP will write this one off. They will be prepared to concede 12-12, letting FURIA tie this game up. And so finally, you know, it's taken you a long while, but you're able to break this streak.
That's a money-based decision, right? Look at NiP's cash. Even though, as I just said, they've won 8 rounds in a row on this CT side, they have not been clean. You know, you're not worrying about that if you're NiP because, you know, you have just been winning clutch rounds, smoke defuses, disadvantageous retakes. And so, of course, your money is absolutely trashed. But if you went for this round and you risked it all and you lost it, that would dig you a deep hole. That would give FURIA a second win. So this is a right call for NiP to try and keep their guns. And also, it seemed like in that 5-on-3, FURIA had made that call, guys, please don't peek. Do not face, do not give away back in. No one was taking fights, which is a very different FURIA from what we've seen in some of these T-side rounds. That's 1 round though, FURIA. You still need 4 more.
This is your best shot, though, to springboard this back the other way if you're FURIA,
Money's
right?
Bad.
The NiP squad have invested around these saved guns, and so the economic dangers of that last round still very much present here.
Same again.
If you win this now, if you're FURIA, you can look to get to 14 for almost free. This is your chance. KSCERATO falling early, you've lost a big player from the get-go.
But NiP are panicked because they think it's the same play, right? With KSCERATO going for that fast donut, they've actually out of B. They're fine to retake as we've already talked about, but this does mean FURIA are going to get a free bomb site and maybe a plant. Unless Linus's molly can put a stop to it, it's too late. Even if it does damage, Gary's off the plant in time. Vinny is in a very precarious position, and he's going to flash forward as the smoke fades. Everyone's blind. That stalls a few seconds, but they've still got his number. They've got him trapped. Flashes from NiP. Vinny with a tap. Oh, he needed a double, though. Linus trades that kill, and now FURIA trapped back on the ramp. They're flanking you.
Oh, he caught them on the push, but he's now turned away. Oh, back on a res, and they know one of these players got to cave. Time is running out. Gary with the first. Oh, the double up, and he's secured 13. Such an important round, and Gary is the man to put it on the board.
He looks confused.
Money of NiP is now broken.
Oh no!
And so FURIA, 14 rounds feels like an inevitability now.
9 rounds in a row, and now it all comes crumbling apart. Gary, he was confused on the cam. He didn't know he got the second. He was full blind and saves the day for FURIA. That's so important. Everyone else was, again, trapped behind the ramp smoke, Harry, and that smoke came down on the bomb again. I was ready for NiP to come in with a defuse. Instead, Gary saves the day single-handedly. KSCERATO does the same to start. It's only USPs, but he's making it clean, not giving any hope to NiP in this round. There never should have been. 14 feels inevitable.
How poetic is it that, like, Gary had been pretty quiet coming into this T-side, kind of what we expected, right? It is a difficult map to play on the T-side of. But man, he got that big 3K, like almost maybe could have been, you know, round 3 out of 5. That spurred him on. Well, he was the guy to close out the all-important round to break the money. Now an ace for KSCERATO. 31 kills deep. FURIA want this victory. NiP, they saved their last of the timeouts to use in case this happened. This is their only chance to put a stop to this, right? The downside to them being on the edge economically is that fear never goes away. You need to win a round to get that out of your mind, and even then, you got to win it cleanly, right? FURIA have got NiP right where they want them. If a round goes in favor of FURIA, it is likely the game going with it.
But this is the hardest round, right? This is where you have to figure out what the hell do we want to do with it. B rushes, that's been the way in for FURIA. That's been how they've been actually getting very close positions, locking in post plants. But, you know, the last B rush, remember, came off the back of KSCERATO running the Mac 10 into Donut, and that baited NiP's rotate so hard. They all moved out of the B site. They thought it was the same players last time. Now KSCERATO, he wants to make magic happen. He wants a big Momo. He's not going to find it in middle, not yet. Locked out by the smoke. FURIA have got to respect utility. There's not much of it left. Few smokes, few nades, few flashes. It's FURIA with the bank. They run the water though. I wonder if we see NiP adjust off of that info. If they hear it, they likely will almost all the time it comes through, and everyone's running through it. But you don't know which way they're going. Plopsky seems to be aware, but he goes back to cave, missing the timing as these players come through door. He's aware of the possibility at least. They've got to clear him out. He's tucked in the left corner, anchored down and committed. A very, very key kill to start the round, if Plopsky can find it. Even taking one down with him would be monumental information. They've got a molly for cave. That's going to go in through the roof. That will trap him here. He's committed. He already was. And Gary goes in first to get traded. Art doubles up. FURIA found a 4-on-3, and in they go to B.
Yeah, Art's leading the way. Someone needs to be here to help him in case he goes down, because right now no one can trade this kill. KSCERATO having to go back and grab the bomb. His teammates slowly but surely coming up ramp. Vice hears that, connects some damage to Vinny, but it's not the killing blow. Remember, because of the money, if kills aren't found, you might find yourself saving here if you're NiP, but with so many low players, with no smoke for this CT cross, and the bomb thrown into the middle of the site, they could try to recover. Both Yuri and Art are low. FURIA have thrown away so many of these man advantage rounds, and this is one that's balancing on a knife's edge right now. That bomb is a big problem. There's 10 seconds. Someone's going to make the play. And with KSCERATO dead, no one else can do it. Yuri falls, and NiP, they narrowly get onto 13.
Oh, that's so awkward as well. The bomb goes just a little bit too far. If it was behind pillar, there'd be more cover. Hampus just played him, and he just sat behind that bomb. And at that point, you know, the time was low anyway, as you said, but FURIA, even if they wanted to leave, they couldn't. They realized, all right, we've got to play for kills here. Let's wait out this cave, smoke the last forever, replenish, and FURIA just get diced up by Rez. Nice round out of NiP, keeping them standing. That means we have, you know, a level-headed, I don't want to say buy, because NiP are still coming down to a clutch, and so they don't have a lot of, you know, residual cash. But it means, you know, FURIA aren't broke either. They can fully invest here. They've got a bit more for the last round or the last couple, and NiP have been given another opportunity. You said it yourself, Harry. FURIA win that round, it's basically GG.
Yeah, you know, if you want to look for silver linings, it's that is still very much the case with that last round coming down to a 1v1, right? And FURIA have a lot more money to sustain this. The pressure was always going to be on NiP on the back of how these rounds have gone, and that pressure has not dissipated yet. Yeah,
it feels like when FURIA get locked out of mid, they just don't go. Like, if they don't get smoked or molly, they'll take it. If they do, they'll give it up completely, and they've done it again. Running back to B, there's 3 CTs here. Hampus can climb up ledge at a moment's notice, and I don't think they realize that NiP are ready to pounce in the cave. Even if FURIA run this execute, which they are, they've got to worry about what lurks inside the shadows, not just behind the smoke.
Yeah, they're going to get the bomb site for free, and Vinny is holding for this cave wrap round, but not ready for that angle on Plopsky, and Art won't consider the double hold here. He dies to Linus. Now they learn that 2 players were sat in cave. This is your one chance to plant while the smokes are down, so they at least get that locked in. But this 3-on-4, this really decides if this is a FURIA victory or not. NiP, they won so many in a row. They won so many man disadvantage retakes. This time they've got the 4-on-3 with Yuri dead to Rez. It's all on KSCERATO, and Plopsky finds him. A clean round, a must-win round for NiP. They tie it up at 14-14, and now you can breathe a tiny collective sigh of relief for the NiP squad.
Yeah, NiP played that perfectly as well. They had 4 different positions to retake from with 4 up. Device baited out the info by jumping there with the MP9, and then he just hides. He lets Rez walk up, find these angles, and Popsky even pounces late from Cave as well. You even had a guy at Bramp if there was a FURIA player in position. So NiP planned for everything there. They completely surrounded FURIA. No gunfights won. That was almost a 3-on-5 back the other way. And now you're believing again if you're NiP. This has been a roller coaster of emotions for either side, and it's not done yet. FURIA are back to B with a vengeance.
Yeah, they don't have the bomb though, so hopefully that doesn't cause too many problems, but it definitely will. Not what you want in round 29, I can tell you that much.
We saw this on Inferno the other day, but not on 14-14, Harry, not when it actually matters. What the hell do you do here?
Yeah, you've got the bomb site, you're replenishing these smokes, but now you're a man down, rotating the bomb in this late. Oh, that's ugly. That really undermines just how good FURIA have looked in this series. And it might cost them this match. They don't have a smoke to replenish that CT angle, so they're having to chain together mollies. They burn out Linus. The bomb plant will come through. And Vinny, spammed out eventually by Device. Now we have to see 3-on-4 for FURIA. They've had so many chances of defending this bomb site. Can they finally win one of them? Gary's out on an island. It's all about how many can he take with him. Yuri dead. Gary. Oh no, it's Art and Yuri dead. Woo! They're on the bomb. Yuri can't do a thing. He's too far away. While he does get all these kills, the defuse is still NiP's.
Ooh, that's a sick round out of NiP again. Rez has been the retake king in this map. He's won the clutches for NiP. He's got the multi-kills on this B-bomb site. And so many smoke sticks. I've never seen anything like it. Is how do we forget the bomb, and how do we not realize before the rush comes in they were already in the site by the time someone turned around. No chance to call it off. Back to middle, and again more fast rounds for R. This one won't work. They're stacked up. There's 3 CTs here. It's the end. It's NiP locking them out, sending them to Mirage. You had your chance and you botched it.
Yeah, the remaining 3, all that's left to do is to go back towards this B-bomb site. It's not been kind to them. They've been able to get bombs down, but they've not been able to get rounds won. Vinny tagged up on the initial peak. The nade will do a bit of damage, but this could be a nasty lineup for Device. So many players on the other side of this smoke, and even a couple of pot shots through. Should be a kill. There's one. Gary with the turn. But a 2-on-4 for FURIA. Even if the script was flipped and they were 4-on-2, I still would find myself being nervous. They're going to try and get really freaky with it. Yeah. Gary running through the water. I wonder if that's going to prompt the water bug and maybe force some of these rotations out of NiP. See, seeing Vinny there has now really led you down the garden trail of like this being a fake, right? Yeah. And Vinny, if he gets out here, that's definitely the right thing to do. He's going to have to be quick on his feet because Gary is alone in this A-bomb site. And with him now sneaking, in case there is a player here, well, there wasn't, but now you've given time to Hampus to get set up. 25 seconds, and Gary's waiting for Vinny to move in to rejoin him. A second man now in CT, this awful Rez, and with no way to block it off with the bomb now dropped, this is NiP's win. 16-14, the full 30 rounds, and they take us to Mirage. This series is going the distance like we all knew it would.